Right into it.
Episode 25.
26.
26.
Still, I think consistently you've been behind at one episode every single time.
Whoa.
But maybe it's because I only uploaded. I have a lot of editing to do for 25. It's titled Wrong Person.
I don't even remember that one.
You called the guy from.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to edit out a lot of things, and I'm
That
just
was fucked.
lazy and haven't gotten around to it.
That
But
was hell. Also, fans, we're on Spotify now. Ever wish that you could listen to Basement Trash RB on anything that isn't YouTube? Now you can.
This is a great promo. Go for it.
Ever wish that fucking you could listen to our podcast and you don't have to keep the app open? You could close your phone down and it keeps playing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you don't have to see those fucking Kamala Harris ads before you. We don't have ads.
No, we don't have ads.
But
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Well, now you can on Spotify podcasts.
Spotify podcasts. Just look up Basement Trash. Not even Basement Trash RB because we can just get the name Basement Trash.
We are now Basement Trash. Wait, when you made this YouTube channel, could you not do just Basement Trash? What was the point of throwing the RB in there?
I think it wouldn't let me.
Really?
And I think I did just our initials RB. And also, if we ever make it big comedy, I think it'll be really funny at one point because Red Bull will definitely come to sue us.
That would be sick. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, so every time I hear RB, I think of, like Formula One or just like, oh, the Red Bull fucking blah, blah, blah. Or like RB is, but it'll be good. We also have a new logo. New logo for the podcast on there. I'm going to have to change it on the YouTube.
On the YouTube. But fans, by the time that you listen to this episode, new logo will have been dropped.
Would have been dropped.
Couple of things. I have a topic, Raven. Maybe we should just do this one first, and then when we have nothing to talk about for the last 20 minutes, we'll dive into some other shit.
Yeah.
But I have a fantastic topic. Mm-hmm. Do you, Raven? Do you? You gotta get that in the frame.
I ordered the picture frame, and I just realized it's not here. I also ordered merch like a while ago, and I know merch is different for bands and shit.
Yeah.
Still, I have two shirts.
Who's merch?
Kubla Khan.
Who?
The one. Didn't I show you? The one I ordered.
Kubla Goo.
I'm seeing him tomorrow. I'm so
Kubla
excited.
What?
The one with like the fucking camo shirt and everything. No, not Kubla Khan. Sorry, Slaughter to Prevail.
Ah, yeah.
That's the merch.
Makes
I ordered.
way more sense.
I'm seeing Kubla Khan tomorrow, but yeah, still not here. I haven't even got a notification that it shipped. It's gonna be like one of those things where it comes 6 months later.
Yeah,
that happened to Joji's merch.
Well, that's how that fucking thing was. I ordered that shit like 3 or 4 months ago. I didn't even think it was gonna come.
Oh, the
crackhead thing.
The crackhead operation. It's actually just themed crackhead operation, but then all of the things that you pull out of the crackhead are normal.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That was really disappointing for me.
It could have been really cool if it was like crack pipe, lighter,
and it's
needle, like shit like that. But
it's
no,
probably
it's just
very cheap to make those pieces. Like, you know what I mean? They're just like a little piece of plastic. But
a little Chinese kid made them.
No, Raven, do you know what occurred on this day exactly 1 year ago? Today is Halloween for the fans. October 31st, 2023. This
is the spooky episode.
This is the spooky episode.
Is it something with you and I? Is this when we shared our first kiss?
No, that was a couple of months ago.
Oh, yeah.
When I kissed you.
Yeah. Was that on the lips or the cheek?
I can't remember.
I can't either.
Maybe I do remember, and I'm too ashamed to say it.
Why would you be ashamed?
I think it was on the cheek. But that's besides the point,
too.
Fans.
1 year. Wait, don't tell me. Is it good?
It's one of the best. It's one of the best. And we've never talked about it on here.
Oh, I was going to say, was this MG?
That is it. Yes. We've never talked about him on here.
Yeah, we have multiple times.
Haven't.
I've had to fucking edit the name out.
But have we said the entire story straight out?
Oh, we can talk about it.
I feel like we referenced it, but we haven't just like said the whole thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that was because then the cops showed up to the house.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Jen and Doug were pissed because they couldn't hand out no candy, and they also were fearing for their lives. And Jen's mom was also fearful of her life that night.
Yeah.
So fans,
not one of the best moments at the end there, but
I know. Yeah, we really freaked it there.
Yeah,
I thought we were so over. fans. We had this mentally ill person that we went to school with, and I forget, you were just creeping on him. He was like a lol cow for you, local lol cow.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he would fucking. We'll just keep saying MG.
That'll fine.
We'll use that. But yeah, he was pretty much this fucking. I was just thinking of him recently. I was like, there's just nothing, just radio silence. Actually, not radio silence. He liked my recent photo with Megan.
Hell yeah.
My Halloween one. But
hell yeah.
Yeah. So he would just. He's like very manic and would like upload these videos of him rapping, but like it would be horrible.
Obviously.
Super terrible. To like a beat that was like, it wasn't even like remotely like on, like there was no flow.
He was running from the beat.
There was just nothing.
Chasing the beat.
And it was very strange to see like what all was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course we had to poke fun.
Of course, because my Instagram has not been my real name for probably like 4 years.
Yeah.
So then eventually, I think I had actually just reached out to him more so as like a concerned person. I was more just like trying to get the lowdown on what has been going on with him, because back in high school, he wasn't like the most normal person, but he was not making rap videos on the internet.
No, like he was always kind of strange. But there was never that level of strange and like delusion.
And then I think it was senior year, he got hit by a truck.
Yeah, he was crossing the street.
Got hit by a truck. And he's cool now. He walking around, but it probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, no, he probably has a lasting brain injury, I would imagine. But unmedicated.
Yeah, and then I ended up talking to him, kind of fizzled out, and then I think I talked to him again, and I was with you, and he wasn't answering me. So I was calling him over Instagram. I called him like 3 or 4 times in a row, and then he was like, "I'm gonna block you." And then I forget exactly what I had said to you. We were in the basement.
Yeah.
And I forgot
basement
exactly
trash.
what I said to basement trash. And it just created this fucking beef, like this crazy ass beef. And he was saying that he was gonna come kill me.
I remember, because it was like the most like meaningless joke or like poke fun at, like, oh,
I think I just called him a faggot or something.
Faggot or
I
like,
think I just called him a
what?
faggot.
We said, what is this? Wasn't that's what started out? Like, what is this? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And we were like trying to pry for information with that, and he fucking blew up.
I don't even understand how you got involved in it, but somehow you got involved in it. Even though my Instagram, he like figured out who I was, even though my Instagram isn't my real name. And then I guess he was like asking around, and then people had said that me and you had an apartment together.
Yeah.
And which is not true.
At the time, no. At the time, it wasn't true. And then he texted me, and he was like, "Yeah." We were literally cuddling up in the basement together. We only had a single.
No pot to piss in.
No pot to piss in. We had a single pillow to share.
Yeah.
And one blanket.
Yeah.
That Brody would use and.
Yeah.
To stay warm, and also my body heat. Besides the point. Yeah. So we fucking he started texting me and was like, "Dude, I thought," he started like saying like he looked up to me.
Yeah, it was getting weird.
Yeah. He said something like, "Dude, like I don't know what Brody's on and blah blah blah, but tell him to stop because I'll fucking kill him." And he was like really like 0 to like 1,000 real quick. And then he said something. He's like, like I always looked up to you, blah blah blah. And I was like, what? Like I guess because the pictures I post on Instagram of like myself, because I'm really vain. And yeah, and then it was just that, and I was like, no, bro, blah blah. And then
disaster struck.
Also,
at one point, just a sidebar, he kept repeatedly posting this stripper woman on his Instagram, and it was like very obvious that they were like not together, and it was like a local stripper. So then I had texted her, and I forget exactly how the interaction went, because I think at the time me and you were thinking that they were possibly together. They were definitely not together. She was like,
I think
totally not with it.
You were just trying to find out if he was like paying her.
Yeah.
Like giving her money and shit, and you were like, how do you know him? And she's like, I don't know, he just follows my page, blah blah blah. But then she was like also like kind of on his side, and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. So then October 31st.
I can't believe that. I did not remember this was the date. This haunts you, I guess.
October 31st. Well, you know what it was is, so it's Halloween last year, and I get onto Instagram. And he posts something on Instagram, and at this point, I'm in full troll mode. So I go into the comment section, and I'm just lighting them up. I forget exactly what I said. I was like, "This is strange" or something, strange behavior.
Oh yeah, then he said he was like driving around, trying to find us, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Me and him were beefing in his Instagram comments. We went like 20 comments deep, and then he ends up DMing me, and he says like some more shit. He told me he was gonna kill me. I think like multiple times.
The funniest thing.
That's all happening in about 3 days or something.
Yeah.
Not that long.
It was wild, but the funniest thing about it was that like he doesn't have a car. Like he couldn't drive.
He did have a car, and he painted like the Joker on it. Remember that?
Yeah, like a while back. Yeah. That's what the cop told us. He was like, you know about his car, and we were like, yeah, we've seen his car before. It's
the
fucking
Joker
stupid.
mobile.
The Joker mobile. But then, as if like that was supposed to be like,
because then he said that he was gonna come Uber to the crib and kill me. That's what he
that was
said.
the funniest thing because he said, "Oh, I'm gonna Uber over and kill you," and we were just like, "Do you not see the comedy in this?"
Uber over?
God damn it! Like, do you not see the comedy in the fact that you have to Uber to threaten to kill someone? Like, what? It just didn't make any sense at all.
I remember that now because then he said that to me, and then I sent him an address, but it was to like a Papa John's or like a Domino's.
Yes, you were trying to get him to Uber to Domino's. Yeah, that was really funny. We were just hoping that he'd be so pissed and like
he would just call
so bloodthirsty that he would call an Uber and show up to Papa John's or Domino's.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I just I don't think he mentioned my girlfriend, but I remember her making a joke saying like, that's an expensive Uber up to up there.
Yeah. So then all that goes down, and the thing that made me remember it is that I was basically, so all of that when I was beefing with him in the comment section and all that shit, I was on lunch at my job in the parking lot, and I was literally like damn near in the same spot, and it just like deja vu just hit me, and I was like, oh
really?
My god, dude, holy fuck. And so basically the people that we were living with at the time had caught wind of this interaction with me and an MG over the net.
Yeah.
And it had gotten to the point that they were concerned for their safety, which is understandable. In hindsight, not the best move, but... Not the best move.
We were both very confident that he was not going to Uber over and do anything.
Yeah, no, I was very confident that he was never going to figure out where we lived. And then it just kind of ended there. We got they called the cops. Cop came over. It was cool. He was pretty chill, honestly, all things considered. Mm-hmm. He was pretty chill. And then I never hit up MG again until today.
Did you really?
No.
That'd be really funny.
Imagine that a year later.
No, you're still blocked probably.
No, I definitely am blocked. But yeah, I felt pretty bad because
he's still liking my Instagram posts.
Yeah, he's still fuck with Raven. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, it was kind of funny at the time. Yeah. It was after by the end of it, it was like super not funny, but like during it, it was super funny.
Yeah.
I have to say it,
and looking back on it, it was like, yeah, I feel bad for them, but it was like if any differently, like if we lived here and we were doing that shit. Fucking hilarious.
Super funny.
Super funny that this kid like and like I think we finally shut him up.
Honestly, I think that we helped him.
We did.
I think that we
helped him because he doesn't post on Instagram anymore like the fucking rap videos. He at one point he was a little manic again and was like, "Oh, I'm going to come back. I'm going to start posting these videos and blah blah," and like didn't luckily, but yeah, I don't know. That's just been
I think we helped him. I think that honestly one day that's probably why he keeps liking your shit, because he knows deep down that we helped him. Basically, I'm like Jesus to him. Yeah.
Minus the beard, but I have the hair for it.
That's true. I mean, it's not the same color as Jesus's.
Jesus was brown. Jesus was
a sand. He was like a blonde. He was like definitely blonde with like blue eyes.
You've never seen that? About Jesus?
No. Well, I heard that he was black.
He was like black? An Arab. Which, I mean, he's in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the whole blonde with blue eyes was like a whitewashed Christian thing from, like,
I was just
England.
making, like a Nazi joke.
Oh, well, that too. Yeah. Jesus was a Nazi. Or was he killed by
Dude,
Nazis?
that video I sent you yesterday of those Nazis, and they're calling that guy a filthy Jew, like, in the middle of
dude. I didn't even realize, like, are they Nazis? Like, what? Because like the logo, obviously.
No, yeah, they're definitely Nazis. There's like
Shut up, Jew.
There's a really big like Nazi presence on like Kick and shit. Like it's really like alt-right over there. There's so many
Kick
clips
the Messenger
I see.
app.
No,
it's not Predators anymore. It's just a bunch of Nazis being like, "Are you a Jew?"
They just send you like anti-Semitic articles.
Yeah. they're trying to inform people on Kick Messenger.
Yeah, they're just trying to spread the good word.
Yeah, that shit was pretty crazy that they were doing that in public, like daylight, just calling this guy a Jew, like very outright hate speech. Like, yeah, I'm not one for that, but like that was pretty fucking nuts. Yeah, that's like, you know, like me saying that, calling black people the N-word in broad daylight and just getting away with it. Like most people would, you see the videos like the woman freaking out at the gas station and like people start hitting her or whatever, or like pushing her and be like, you can't do that. People were just standing around filming it, and they were like, yeah, I guess this guy's a Jew. Like, I don't know. Yeah, and then like the one guy was filming them and like was politely waiting for them to be done so he could ask him a question, and then he just said, "Fuck you, Jew." Fuck you, Jew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's catching Jewish strays out there.
Yeah, one of the more Jewish clips I've ever seen. It's fire. Yeah, no, that was. I just wanted to reminisce on that. I thought that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe that this was.
Thinking about that.
Yeah, I guess no. We've referenced it a bunch. I've blurted out the name a bunch, but yeah, we never told the full saga. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say something you're gonna have to bleep out. So I was like, I'm not gonna.
Thanks.
Kill you.
Jesus Christ.
Kill you.
Stop. I've got so much editing to do between these two.
Leave it in.
These two episodes.
Someone's still a deep.
Yeah. One hit of the weed pen and fucking half a beer. You're fucking feeling
crazy right now.
He's going so crazy he might kiss me. Remember when you had Lyme's disease?
Dude, that was fucked. I thought I was gonna die.
I thought you were gonna die.
Dude, I was looking bad. It felt like, yeah. The shit was so crazy because I don't know.
You don't have any lasting like effects, like joint pain or anything. I mean, I know your back is fucked, but that's genetic.
I don't even have back pain like that all the time. There's only sometimes my knees hurt, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. I feel like that's just me like not stretching enough. Well, my knees hurt sometimes, or like arthritic change or something at 22. No, I don't really have any lasting effects for real. Like I said, you know,
I'd be was crazy. And then I remember you showed up to fucking pretty tired. I remember you showed up to work, and because they figured out you had Lyme's disease and you started taking the antibiotics.
Oh my god, I felt so much better.
And you felt so much better like instantly,
so much
right?
Better, like instantly.
And then you
came
to work.
Up that one time.
Yeah. And you came to work and you were like, "Oh, I don't eat breakfast, but like I need this antibiotic." And if you don't eat anything with antibiotics,
I didn't know that at the
time. You
time.
feel sick and you feel like really nauseous.
I never had to take antibiotics like that for real.
I've only had to do it like twice for like sinus infection.
Yeah, now I be getting sinus infections and shit.
But,
and I'd be taking for a strep throat when I was a kid.
Yeah, but then and then you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna show up and fucking eat Skittles."
I was eating
and
Skittles
then have the
soda.
Antibiotic with the cherry Coke, I think.
Cherry Coke was.
And then you were just like, "I don't feel so good." You just fucking bent over and yacked on the floor in front of me.
Yeah.
And then you just kept it pushing.
I threw up. And then
I threw
up, and it was just like frothy. Like it was just like the foam from the cherry Coke in my stomach.
And also it was colorful.
And it was just colorful. And did I just keep working? Did I just go back to potting?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just went back to potting, I guess. I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That shit was crazy, dude. Lyme disease is fucking nuts. I for real thought I was going to die. Like, it felt like all the bones in my body were just fusing together. Because I couldn't even turn my neck at one point. Like, I literally, like, had to just, like, turn my whole body. Because I couldn't do this.
Yeah.
I had to literally, like, turn my whole body to even, like, look around. Huh. And then I fucking went to the hospital. Or I went to...
where'd you go?
I went to Penn State Lime Spring.
Yeah.
In Rohrerstown. Because that's where I used to go for, like, doctor shit.
That's where I had my titty ultrasound.
Yeah. Great place, honestly.
Very new.
Very new. Very nice, next to the Burger King. And
next to
just doxing this place.
Yeah, the Royal Farm.
Next to I stop there in the morning at work all the time to get a Mountain Dew. If you ever want to kill me, MG, then you know where to find me. Yeah, and I went there, and it was like kind of during like COVID, like people cared about COVID still. It was like 2021. Mm-hmm. So then they made me go into the parking lot, and then doctors and like nurses and shit came out to me in the parking lot.
Oh,
and I
really?
just stayed in my car the whole time. And then it was giving me like this weird ass rash, dude. Like I like had like this rash or like spots on me, and did
you have the bullseye rash though? Like from
the
tick?
No.
Did you ever find the tick?
No, I never found the tick. But I also found out that it's like less than half of tick bites actually get the bullseye. So it was like the whole thing.
And also, it doesn't have to bite and stay on. It can just bite you and fall off, and you can still get it.
Yeah. It's just a whole fucked up thing.
Yeah.
So then they're coming out, and then I'm telling them my symptoms, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I have these fucking like rash in this spot, and I like take off my shirt. I remember like in my whip, it's hot as hell out too. It's super
it was summer.
hot.
Yeah.
And I'm sweating like a bitch, just with my shirt off, just like
in front of these nurses and
just
doctors.
fucking like a loser.
Like, no, but we need to look at your dick.
Shane is fucking
Please
next to me, and I'm like, fuck I have a mask on. This whole thing. And I remember I took my shirt off, and they just all kind of looked at me. And it was just kind of like a look of concern. I don't even remember what they said about it, but it like didn't make me feel good. And then eventually, I got tested for it. But then they were like, before the results even come back, to start taking this shit. And then I took all of it. I went back to normal. And then I went back, and they were like, yeah, this is saying you didn't even have Lyme disease. And I was like, I totally had Lyme disease.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
If that's
because there's like the way they test it, there's like fucking, I don't know, 11 things that they're looking for, and if you don't have at least half of them, then they can't say that you have Lyme disease. And I was like, well, I'm telling you that as soon as I took the antibiotic that you gave me that's designed to be taken for Lyme disease, I started feeling better like fucking an hour later. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and at the time and what you did for work, it was like pretty fitting that it was Lyme's disease. It was crazy that I never got Lyme's disease.
Yeah.
Because the one time I fucking, oh dude, I felt so dirty. I fucking, I took I got home from work, I took a shower, and then I laid down on my bed. This was in the Mountville house. I laid down on my bed and put my arm behind my back to my head to like lay on my phone. And I look over at my arm, and there's 3 fucking ticks just like
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I had to fucking pick them. Actually, no, it was worse. I saw 2 on my forearm, and I was like, okay. And I picked them off, made sure I drowned them in the sink or whatever, laid back down. And then there was one like up on my bicep, and I had to pick it off again.
Jesus.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Fucking nuts.
Yeah, no, it's fucking for real, yo. Yeah, shit sucks. That was probably, I mean, when I have COVID, I feel pretty terrible, but that's like probably the worst I've ever felt in my entire life. Like
sick wise, yeah.
Just like everything. Like that's probably
mono was probably my worst.
You had mono?
Yeah.
It's fucked.
From sharing vapes. That's the only way I could have gotten it.
Damn.
They fucking.
It was probably worth it though for that buzz, but that shit was sick.
Dude, I was buzzing like it was like 10th grade. Yeah, dude, I had mono, and I felt like shit for a while, and then my mom was like, "Oh, it's fine." She always does this thing where she like pushes it off because she doesn't want to pay for a doctor's visit.
Naturally.
She was like, "Oh, it's fine, you're fine." And then I was like, "No, dude, like this is like week 2, and I still feel like garbage." And I was like trying to chug through it and like go to school.
Yeah.
And then I basically got to the doctor.
Mad people mono.
Yeah, no, it's saliva. It's kissing disease.
Weren't you sharing vapes in the bathroom like a real one?
Not when I was sick like that.
No.
Not like a freak. Fuck.
I'm handing it out, yeah.
But yeah, that's the only way I could have gotten it because it wasn't like I was kissing up on a bunch of people. It was just fucking vapes.
True. Yeah, vapes.
Just vapes.
Just vapes.
So yeah,
the only thing I was putting in my mouth was vapes.
Vapes and dick. My favorite flavor of popsicles, dick.
Can't believe you didn't know that reference, Meg.
I know, right?
Now we're
I know
breaking the third wall.
Yeah, now we're breaking.
Yeah, Meg. Now we're talking to you on the podcast.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Can't believe you didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're driving to school right now. Fuck face.
Okay, Jesus.
my bad. Take
it. But yeah. So then the doctor, I'll just never forget. The doctor was like, "Yeah, there's not much we can do for you if it just runs its course." And if you've been going to school all this time, you can just continue to go to school, and
You just got fucked in the ass.
And that's it. Yeah, dude. And it lasted 6 weeks. Like I started to feel better like 3 to 4. No one could see that, but he was holding up the foe.
They knew that silence. They knew what that meant.
And then and then I basically just got better. But I just remember like falling asleep in class and like fucking could barely get through the day.
No, that sounds awful, man. I've heard bad shit about mono.
It was hell.
Sounds really bad.
Also had AIDS before? No.
Also had AIDS. Fans, should I let the fans in on what I've been doing for the last 2 days?
I think you should tell the story.
So, fans, dude, these fucking Stellas are so retarded. They have like this thing.
Yeah, what?
It's so fucking stupid. The beer tastes great, but that thing is...
it's like...
And it's like, what is it? Tapered? Is that what it's called? Like, there is like cuts in it for you to like take it off, but it's just like retarded as fuck.
Let me see the opener.
Hold on, fans. I need to get my beer for this one. Yeah, I guess
if you just fucking you cut it all and then maybe
Stella Artois. Oh, wow! There you have it. Stella Artois, the champagne of beers. You don't get that shit from a Bud Light. Take it. Take a sip. They're nice. You ever have one? Great. They're just like
it's like a lighter beer.
It just goes down so easy. It's a fucking premium lager beer.
From a homeless man.
La Pierre, Fine Deluxe,
Was that like 3 languages in there?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what this is. So, fans, I gotta be a little bit quieter about this. Actually, he's at work right now. So, fans, everybody knows that
we have neighbors we hate.
The Broadster and the Rave Man have black people for neighbors, which really sucks. And we have black people across the hall that are actually they're
lit.
They're actually very nice people. I talked to one for the first time yesterday, and we shook hands.
You talked to a black guy first yesterday? Wait,
him.
You shook his hand?
Yeah,
of course you did.
I shook his hand.
Were you like, dap me up though?
I had like mad shit in my right hand, so I shook his hand with the left. Which came out, and he even said something. Play. He said something. He was like, "Oh, left hand." And I was like, "Yup." And I just went into the apartment.
Which one was it? Was it the one with the fucked up hair? That's Ubering all the time.
I don't know. He seemed like he was older. He was hella dark skinned. Like I've met the other 2 guys that live there. So whatever the third one is. So they're not all bad. It's basically what I'm trying to get at here. It's basically the whole point of this. But we have 2 people below us. Some of the worst people I've ever met in my life. I've met literal child rapists. I hate these people more than her. Pause. Can I hit that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me hit that.
Yeah, get a little vape in you.
So, we've tried multiple things. Mm-hmm. Can you list off the things that we've tried while I hit this vape?
We have while you're rubbing my germs off of it, what are you scared you're gonna get mono pussy?
After that story. If I don't work for 6 weeks, we're fucked. No bread?
That's true.
I'm broke.
Also true. Broke boy.
Get your bands up.
So we've tried stomping. We've tried a hammer on the ground. We've tried calling the cops on them. They just called the cops back on us when we were being loud on a Saturday night, enjoying ourselves. But they were loud all the time.
On like Tuesdays.
On like on a fucking Tuesday, like 4:00. And look at that shit, Galaxy. Cool.
Raven's vape is sick,
right? Geek.
Geek up.
Geek a leak.
I've had an argument with the one man.
An argument. Man's a stretch.
True.
Argument.
We'll get to that, fans.
Yeah. Arguments. Verbal. What do I want to call it? Verbal. Not discretions. Verbal arguments, I guess. And what's the last thing? Oh, and blasting music back.
Yeah.
So, while all this has not worked, and they still continue to be the most insufferable neighbors downstairs that anyone could imagine.
And that brings us to the present. So, I fucking hate these people so much. Like, there's nothing worse, fans, than coming home from a long day at work.
11-hour shift for you.
11-hour shift sometimes.
Sometimes 11 and a half.
Not recently, though. But still, like, I don't want to fucking, come back to, even if I work like 4 hours, I'm not trying to come back and hear you playing your music. So, I devised a plan. because while I was having the argument with the man, I noticed something. He's a faggot.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do I do with this information? And like most homosexual people, they're on Grindr. Now, fans, I looked up the app, right? And I contemplated downloading it for a second, not because of the possible like moral implications of what I'm doing, just because that it was going to say on my app on my app store forever that I had downloaded this app at some point. I was like,
if anyone questions you about it, you're just like, yeah, that's when I was like bi-curious.
Yeah, because they're not going to believe this story.
No. You know they'd be like, no sane person does this.
Yeah, they're going to be like, dude, you're fucking lying. You're gay as fuck.
You just want a dick, you faggot.
Yeah, you're just gay as shit. And I'm just going to be like, fuck. And I might have to make a new Apple. But I download
a new fucking new iCloud just because of it. That shit is so funny.
Lose all the shit I have in the cloud.
Yeah.
Fuck it, leave it behind. My old life.
Just keep it pushing.
And I downloaded it. And I made an account, and obviously you need to have a picture. And my thought process was like, I can't just like Google like buff black dude,
Yeah.
Because then he's gonna be like, oh, like what if he wants more pictures? So I needed to find somebody on Instagram that would like be posting frequently that I could get more pictures from if I needed. That's how far I was because fans, basically why I did this is that I came home from work that day and he was playing his music really loud, and I was like, this is the only thing I haven't done, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And we've kind of like joked about it.
We have joked about it,
and we were like, oh, like what if we did this, blah blah blah, to like get back at him or whatever, and like get in his head.
Yeah.
So he did it.
So then I did it, and there's a local hometown rapper who
we happened to go to high school.
I used to buy weed off him, and
I bought a vape from him, and then fucking flipped that shit and made more money off of it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I swear to God, the drop.
Wow.
To D Warren.
Wow.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Fuck that guy. But he's also a nurse, so fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. Bag.
Yeah.
And
I remember driving to his house in Columbia, and his little brother came up, and I was so nervous. I said his name, and then his little brother looked at me and shook his head, and then he came out.
Nice.
And then we exchanged $20. Nice. I flipped that shit for like $30, I think.
That's fire. Who'd you sell it to? Oh, you sell it to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, he don't live in Colombia. I was like, he really live out there in the sticks?
No.
But a lot of editing this episode.
Where's the last?
So I made the account. I screenshot a picture of this local raper that he had posted, and I made my profile picture. And then literally within 2 minutes of me having the app, somebody already had messaged me asking to suck my dick. Yo, that shit was crazy.
It made you feel a little good inside?
Yeah, I was like, awesome. I was
like,
great.
Awesome. This gay faggot wants to suck my dick.
This gay faggot wants to suck dick.
I hate you.
You can leave it in.
I can't fucking leave that in.
You can leave it in. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't.
God.
But, so I find him, and his name on it is Throat Goat.
Yeah.
Right? So I DM him. I just said like, hey. Within probably 5 minutes, he texts me back. So there's a lot of information that me and Rave wanted to know about. Got all the details. Plan one was I had heard him on the phone before I did this, and he was talking about going to court. Trying to figure out what he goes to court for. He won't tell me, but he gets drug tested every Wednesday. So I'm like, okay, awesome. I'm going to call some kind of form of law enforcement and tell him that you be smoking weed.
Yeah.
But he got a medical card, and that's his loophole around
it.
And then he told me that he don't drink or do any other drugs. So I'm like, fuck my life. You know what I mean? So then I'm trying to get information on his job because I'm like, well, if I got his job, I have some other damning things that I could send to the job, and then I could get him fired. He works at he works at the mall, and he works at a local chicken restaurant. There's noises outside of our door.
Don't say the place he works.
I didn't say it. And then he works at a furniture rental place that his family owns. So I got nowhere with that because I was just like, I told Rave, I was like, you don't need a good reputation to work in any of these places. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like anybody.
It's not like a solid job.
Yeah, it's not like.
And also, you know what I was thinking too? I didn't say. If he gets fired from one, the other one he'll just pick up more hours. He'll just be like, "Oh, I can work more." Like, true. So it doesn't really, it doesn't help us either way.
Yeah. So that fucking flopped, and then
he goes, "Pissed. Don't say anything. I gotta fucking edit out."
I won't. So then he also lives with his sister. So I was like, okay, well, why don't I get him to say some shit about his sister, and then I find her on the internet, and then I tell her all the things that he's been saying and try to break up the household. Now, fans, I understand, when I say this out loud, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but this is what, I feel like this is my Joker arc. This is like my 9/11. And then he wouldn't say anything bad about his sister. Tisk, tisk, tisk. So, I spoke with Raven today. Devised another plan. A Hail Mary, if you would. We've heard multiple things, through the floor because these people fucking scream so loud. Some of the things about him, whatnot. So, I thought about this. I say, in the chat to him, like, "Oh, isn't your sister so-and-so?" And he'll go, "Yeah." And then I go, "Oh, one of my homegirls," because I'm gay in this situation and I have homegirls. So one of my homegirls knows her, and she be talking mad shit about you. And then I list off all of this stuff that only they would be able to know because they live together, and they would have no suspicion that it would be Raven and I. So then, hopefully, he would actually believe me and think that his sister is saying all of this shit about him, and then move out. That's the last hope. Because me and Raven, we thought, we know when they kind of moved in, so we thought, maybe they'll move. But then, while I was communicating with him, he told me that he's going to be here for at least another 2 years. And that is kind of in the same time frame of how long we are going to be here. Which is fucked up, by the way. I don't know what we did. You know what I was thinking? I was just like, how fucking specific all the events of of all four of our lives had to be for all of us to end up in this situation. You know what I mean? Like, every 4 months of each other. Yeah. And just like everything. And he's like from New York, and his family's from New York. For them to like fucking be in New York, be born at the exact time that they needed to be, move down here, move out at the same time. His family moved down to Georgia.
We're being punished for
all
something.
of this shit.
Maybe for MG.
Possibly. I was just like fucking bewildered.
Yeah, bewildered is
dumbfounded.
Some say. Yeah, so I think our only play is if we cannot cause that unrest and then like ghost them or whatever and like it's still going on. By the time we up the lease, we just do month to month and look for a new place. Because if we're going to have to deal with this shit for another 2 fucking years, we can find some place that, I don't know, maybe it's the same price, a little better.
Let me piss.
All right,
Talk to the fans.
Go piss.
Serenade the fans.
I just make different noises of me clearing my throat or sniffling. Been sick for like this whole fucking month of October. First, I had probably COVID. Didn't test for it though, so nothing's confirmed. And then I think I got just like the common cold, where it wasn't like I didn't feel as bad, like flu-like. But my nose has been running ever since. And then today I got the flu shot and still felt like shit. So, yeah, month of October I've been getting fucked back and forth. It's okay. Yeah, hopefully we can make it big and famous and pay someone to ruin their lives. I don't know. We could also move and buy a private island and live by the sea. I also hate Amish people. Just gonna reiterate that fact that they smell bad and they keep their retarded inbred people
You talking about Indians?
Amish people. Close enough. Yeah. Welcome back, Indians. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the current state of affairs at the basement trash RB
headquarters.
Yeah.
Our office.
Yeah.
And my cat. I'd like to point out that my cat has joined this episode.
Yeah.
And she's just pet her. There we go. My cat has joined this episode with our third chair in our living room here, and she's just been kind of hanging out. I bought an automatic cat pet feeder, and I pre-jacked on that one because there was ones that with a microphone and a camera that I could have bought for probably like $30 more. So
major fumble fans.
Yeah, I fucked that one up.
Could return it.
I don't want to deal with Amazon returns and like all that shit.
I know,
I gotta figure.
I said, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that either.
I gotta figure out how to fucking work it though tomorrow before I leave.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny.
I come home and it just didn't dispense.
She's been fucking starving.
She's
for
like
2
crawling
days.
on the floor, like towards the door.
You'll know if that shit didn't give her any food, but she'll be blowing you up.
Oh yeah.
The missile is eepy.
The missile is super fucking eepy right now. She's tired of hearing us hate black people. Our other angle on them was that if we could get them to admit that they abuse animals or something, because while this is all going down, they have 2 cats down there, and I'm just like, dude, I feel so bad for those cats.
I know, yeah, because they also let the one cat out one time.
Yes, there was a cat loose in our apartment building, and our one friendly neighbor had said, OG, the best guy to ever walk this earth. He was like, yo, do you have a cat? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, is it blah, blah, blah? And I was like, no. And then I went upstairs and my cat was begging for food. And I was like, no, she's here. But yeah, those fucking retards let the cat out and it was like hiding in the laundry room. And I'm like, what is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Like, you're that fucking retarded.
How do you let a cat out?
Literally, how do you let a cat out and how do you not see it? Like, how do you just like walk out, your cat escapes, and you just like continue about your day?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking insane. If Willow bolted behind my like legs, I'd notice it and then get her. Like,
yeah. Pretty despicable. So, Rave, what do you tell the fans what you're doing this weekend? You going to some concert? You going to any other fun stuff up there? You're sleeping over at your girl's house, which you
for the first time
are excited about.
I'm so excited about. For the first time, I'm gonna be sleeping on an air mattress. And then
you've never slept on an air mattress?
No, I've slept on an air mattress. Sorry, for the first time sleeping over at her house. Her mom suggested too. She texted me that her mom suggested, well, why don't I'll sleep in the master bedroom and he can sleep in the living room on the couch. I was like, she said absolutely not, and I said yeah, I second that, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I think we're gonna finish Terrifier 2 tomorrow because we watched half of it and then had to go to the movie that we saw.
You went movie on movie.
We went movie on movie, bro.
Damn,
back to back.
That's fucking crazy.
And we didn't finish Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
And I stopped it at a good point. Like, it was like right when she was getting to the party and it was like things were picking up.
Yeah.
And then it was like that brutal scene with like the skinning of the head and everything, like the arm. But then I stopped it there because I know the whole end thing at the carnival is like a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, like this is a good place to stop. Got ready for the movie, watched the movie, and then we made the chicken. And by the time the chicken took way longer than we thought it was going to, and then she had to leave. So I'm excited to finish Terrifier 2 tomorrow with her. I've seen it, but
multiple times.
Yeah, at least one.
At least one.
But yeah, and then we're seeing Kubla Khan and Motionless in White.
Where are they at?
Up in at the casino.
Wow,
that's I think. Crazy. Yeah, Wilkes-Barre at the casino.
Jesus.
Then we're going out to some dive bar that she went to like last week that she said has the best cheesesteaks she's ever had. So,
she's never had the trio cheesesteaks.
She's never been to Hot Z. No, yeah. I will be interested to compare it to Hot Z and Trio just to see like what kind of, how I can describe it to you, but apparently it's banging there. So, and then she said it's like right by the place we need to go to. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice.
It's like a dive bar with good food, which is strange because normally it's one or the other.
Yeah.
It's like a good dive bar or it's like a good place for food, like Hot Z, and it's like, the vibes are weird.
I
but
think
like
all of it's bad.
I
think that all of that shit is bad.
I like Trio. Really good food. Vibes are okay there.
Where?
At Trio.
Oh, Trio. Yeah.
You know, the bar's cool. Then there's a family section, and then you can go outside and smoke cigarettes, and then there's just fucking like full-blown Danos, and I fucking love Danos. I'm hoping on the way back we can stop at Danos.
I mean,
but they made it no smoking.
Well, then there's no point.
Exactly.
There's no point. That was the thing that made it good. Now it's just like a bar. But that doesn't... Do they serve food there?
They do. They have a menu there.
Is it all right?
I've never had it. Because I was too busy drinking and smoking cigarettes. So, yeah.
It's hard to want to, eat mozzarella sticks while you're on your third cigarette, about to be on your fourth. Yeah. That's awesome. That's great. You guys should go to Tony's Lunch.
Dude, should go to Tony's Burger. Lunch. I know. She's trying to get me on that.
I live right down the street from Tony's Lunch. In both directions.
Oh, look. She's Kim Possible. That's a cute outfit. Her friend.
Jesus Christ. She's fucking friends with a skinwalker. This
is a friend with the podcast.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's why it sucks so bad. Because she has that
Meg brings the heat every fucking time, and then there's her friend. Also, her friend's boots are crazy as fuck. Are you an elf? What is that, candy
canes? Can I just see this whole thing one more time?
Yeah, dude.
No, the
Meg's
boots
outfit's
are pretty
fire.
terrible.
The Kim Possible, the green cargo with the black
she
top.
does. I mean, that looks like Kim Possible.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, man.
I think she's...
Jesus.
I don't know what her friend is. Maybe it's Poison Ivy? I don't know.
Yeah, that's all. I haven't even thought about it.
But, like, Meg would make a good Poison Ivy, obviously, because she's a redhead, but...
Yeah. No, I didn't even think about the costume because I just keep thinking about why she fucking looks like that. It's like her, just like her as a human being. I'm not even focused on the costume. That's crazy. That's crazy as fuck. Yeah, dude, when I was at the Sheeps buying these fucking Stellas, there was, like, people dressed up and shit.
She should have been the Terrifier.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. When I went to the Sheeps, there's people, like, all dressed up and shit over there. I was like, oh, man. There was, like, a dude with, like, he had, like, a cheetah costume on, but it was just, like, a onesie, and he had, like, half zipped, and he had, like a 12-pack of fucking Modelo's, and then the other, it was Mexican, or it was at least Hispanic, and then the other hand, he had a fucking 12-pack of the teas. I was like, he's on a sick one.
How do you buy those all at once?
Yeah, and then the guy was like, oh yeah, man, you gotta go out to your car and fucking come back in and get the thing. But at least he, I don't know, yeah, he let him pay for them both at the same time, and he just had to come back in or whatever. So that was nice of him.
Nice job, yeah.
Because for when we had the Halloween thing, the guy made me fucking pay for the first one, then take it out to my car, then come back in and then pay for the second one. And I was like, this is kind of gay.
Yeah.
But this guy let him pay for both. I like that.
Bofa.
I'm also happy that that old fucking faggot that like runs the sheets like it's a fucking military base wasn't there. He has glasses.
Oh, and he always wears the gloves.
Yeah, he always wears.
Yeah. He's still afraid of COVID, but he's wearing gloves to handle everything, but not wearing a mask. And it's like, dude, you gotta pick. You gotta pick one.
Yeah, he still does that every single time. Like
you give him your ID, and he goes, "Back to you."
Yeah,
yeah, that guy.
Yeah, like.
And I'm gonna call him a faggot so bad.
Every single time I go in there, like, before I even, like, if I don't have my ID out ready to give to him before I even put my shit down on the counter, he's like, "Can I see that ID?" And I'm just like, yeah. Dude, yeah, you've never seen me before and seen my ID. And
meanwhile, there's this black guy that I've been seeing at the liquor store, and I just sounded, for whatever reason, when I bought more Crown today, I just sounded so, like, sus, and I was like, can I get the vanilla Crown, please? And, like, I just stuttered, and I was that sounded really weird. And he's seen me. Like, we've had conversations before. And he was just like, yeah. And then he, like, pulled it up. And then I handed him my ID because I was like, I know this is coming. And he goes, no, you're good, bro. And I was like, okay. He's like this, like, 50-something-year-old black guy. He rocks.
Nice, dude.
I love seeing him. He's like, have a good night. I was like, thanks, man.
That's fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now that I think about it, people probably think I took off work because of Halloween. when it's really just to go fucking dish out dirt naps and like throw elbows at people's faces. Oh yeah, Kubla Khan and Motionless in White. Did I say Motionless?
Yes.
Did I? Okay.
No, you said it like 4 times.
Did I?
No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I was expecting. Cool. I always kind of, I don't know. Like,
did anyone come in a costume and they're like,
no,
here to get their teeth pulled out?
I honestly didn't even fucking click to me that today was Halloween until I figured out the MG thing. Like, it totally just like was out of my head. Like, nobody was even talking about it at work, and then I remember, and then I started talking to people at my job about it. And there's some people that are like my age. There's like 2 younger people, and I asked them, I was like, "What are you guys doing for Halloween?" Thinking that they like had like cool plans or something, and they like both didn't. And I was like, "Wow, you guys are lame as fuck."
You were saying to the younger people, like, "Yeah, like you guys going to any parties or something? Do you need alcohol bought for you?"
Dude, oh my god! I was talking. So there's this one girl that I work with, and she's the second youngest. She's like 19 or something, or 18 or something.
Whoa, got younger in like 3 seconds.
And she works with senior doctor. You've seen him, like the oldest guy. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she on her team has this person who she works with, and this person is like in her 30s.
Okay.
And then she was talking to somebody and me, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing anything tonight, but tomorrow I'm going over to Devin's house and we're getting drunk as fuck and we're not telling her husband." And I was like, "Okay."
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, and then like the lady I was with, she was like, "Okay, I see you, turn up." And I was
it Cleo?
No, it was just another one. No.
It was another one.
And then I think that the girl was like, "Is that like weird that we're doing it?" And then the other lady was like, "Nah, that's what I was doing. I was drinking when I was younger." And I was like, "Yeah, but you probably weren't drinking with like people that were in their 30s." And she was like, "Kind of." And I was like, "I get that too, but it still doesn't make it not weird, you know?" I was like, "No, that is totally weird." And then the girl who was underage was like trying to like talk more, and I just like laughed. I was just like, "This is just kind of strange that you guys are doing this." Yeah. I think I said, I was like, "I'm gonna call the cops on you."
You guys better watch out. It's gonna be a spooky night. I'm gonna call the cops on you.
Spooky night. Whoa.
What's the missile doing?
What are you doing? Meow, meow. Yeah, I was like, that's kind of weird, but it just reminded me of Dinger. As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Oh man, it's like Dinger." I was like, and the lady who is over the age of 21 that is supplying the alcohol, her first name does start with a D, so it kind of matches up.
Makes sense.
Same amount of syllables.
Dinger. 2.
Yes.
Clap it out.
I still do it sometimes.
I do too.
It's useful.
Sometimes I spell out together to get her.
Wow.
I don't even know. No, I don't do that. But I do remember how to, like, that was like the way to learn it.
Yeah.
To get her. To get her.
You should have got Willow a fucking costume. Dude.
She should have been a vampire, dude, because every time, like,
vamp
shit, if I pet her or whatever and she like looks up, you can see her fucking canines. Like, they're sharp as fuck, and they're always like poking out.
They sure are. Her claws are sharp.
No, we keep saying we gotta cut them.
I know, dude. We've been saying we gotta cut them for like 2 months.
Yeah, it's really bad. Look at her teeth. You see them?
Oh yeah.
She literally, she has vampire fangs. She's fucking, look at her. Yeah, she tweaking.
Sneezing.
Sneezing. She knows we're talking about her.
Oh god. What are you gonna do about smelly?
Don't call her smelly.
Do about smelly stinker.
That's so funny.
How much time do we have?
6.5 minutes.
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah.
Usually made it through the whole thing. Usually we're like 20 minutes out and we're like,
we run out of steam. Yeah. We're like, oh fuck.
That's pretty solid. We had, this was like a Halloween story time, like
Halloween special,
spooky story time.
What did you dress up as for Halloween back in the day? I was SpongeBob like 3 years in a row.
Are you fucking serious?
Wore the same costume, swear to God.
Oh, so we were definitely doing the poor people shit wearing the same costume. I was Jack Sparrow like 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
which is fitting.
Yeah, dude, that's a good costume.
I remember there's a picture of me somewhere where I was the Thing from Fantastic Four.
Oh, the orange guy.
The orange guy.
The brick man.
Dude, I felt I was huge, bro. I had like the fake muscles and everything.
Yeah,
I was him for 1 year. I was the Grim Reaper for 1 year, fitting as well.
What's up. I was Freddy Krueger one year.
Nice. Yeah. I remember, I'll never forget because like I wanted like a cat hair in my mouth. I wanted part of the Grim Reaper costume was the scythe. It was like this plastic scythe. It was like fucking stupid. And I'll never forget this. It was right at the end of Halloween. And I remember Halloween is always cold, right? So it was like, there it is. Oh, it's a beard hair, her mustache hair. 69 degrees out. This is actually probably like one of the warmest Halloweens. I remember Halloween being so fucking cold when I was a kid. Global warming. But yeah, it was always like a costume, like, oh, wear layers or whatever, jacket. So like I wore like the Grim Reaper thing, like the cloak and everything. And I'll never forget, I was running at the end. I was running back to my grandma's house, and I was running with the scythe.
Yeah.
And it got stuck between my legs, and I fucking ran, and it went and broke it in half. I didn't fall or wipe out, but I broke the scythe, and that was one of the most. That was the one thing I wanted the most.
Yeah.
Out of the whole costume was I just wanted like a scythe like in my room.
Yeah.
And I broke it and I had to throw it out. But it was Jack Sparrow for a couple years in a row. I was really big into pirates when I was a kid. I still am.
Pirates of the Caribbean was like a huge movie franchise back then.
That was my favorite movie up until John Wick.
Those were the illest movies ever.
Those movies, I did like a pirate cruise down in Florida when I was a kid. They had like an old fashioned like ship you'd go out on.
I feel like I've seen this exact ship that you're talking about.
Yeah. Like the pictures of me.
No, I feel like I've just like been at the beach in Florida and like seen this like
they do the
pirate
ship. Yeah,
you know.
There was one I remember like they would do the whole fucking. It was sick as fuck, dude. For the kids, we would sail out and then there was someone. They were like, oh my god, someone's trying to hijack it. And it was like someone else in like a little boat and you like spray them with water. I remember.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude. But
damn. Like Somalian pirates.
Yeah, literally, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, he was black now, but
he was bald. He said, "I'm the captain now."
He said, "I'm the." He had a gun.
He was shooting us with live rounds.
All we had was water.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I was definitely doing the poor kid thing where my mom was like, "Don't you want to be Jack Sparrow again?" Like I already had the costume. Yeah. So they do like the face paint and everything, and
I can't remember if I was just like hella fucking with SpongeBob or if they just didn't. I think I really did just love SpongeBob for real. I have a funny story.
You ever seen that SpongeBob porn?
No.
Are you serious?
I think I'm so serious.
The live action SpongeBob.
Never
porn.
Seen it. Not even a screenshot.
All right, go ahead. Tell what you're saying.
Funny story. It's not even that funny. It's more so just like sad and just like kind of me being a piece of shit. But it was probably I think it was 10th grade year, fresh out of rehab, and it was Halloween. It was probably Halloween 2017, 2018, something like that. 2018 probably. And I had linked up with this kid that we had gone to school with.
I'm just laughing at this guy's fucking haircut.
He kind of looks like that guy from David Dobrik's vlogs.
Jason. Yeah.
Jason Nash. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Spooky.
Spooky Hub.
Spooky Hub. Let me see if I can find this.
I feel like you're definitely not gonna be able to find it on there. I'm surprised I haven't seen this though.
The first thing that shows up.
Real gooners.
Literally the first 2.1 million views. Go ahead, tell your story.
So, does he in the porn? Does he talk like SpongeBob? Because I'm assuming that SpongeBob is the main person.
I can't remember. It's called SpongeBob Sex Sponge Knob Square Knob. I can't believe you've never seen this. This is a really big meme.
Never seen it before.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
You know, at this point in my life, I was probably like 14, possibly 15, and I had linked up with Jay Domenico.
All right,
I guess you know. Keep
it on. No,
that's fun.
I don't care about him.
And you know, we used to be friends back in the day. Now we're not. I don't know what happened to him.
We don't have to go into that.
We don't have to go into that. And we had linked up, and he would do this classic thing of stealing beers from his parents and also mixing wine with vodka. I think that was the go-to, and he would have it in like a Gatorade bottle.
Okay.
So and it was like one of the miniature Gatorade bottles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we pretty much, I think that we probably smoked up. We smoked up in the woods where I took you. We would go back there. We'd smoke up in the woods, drank a couple of beers, and then just slam the rest of the vodka and the wine. And at this point, you know, I don't really drink an awful lot now, but especially back then was not drinking at all, and probably had like worse eating like, you know, how I used to at high school, just like eat like a pretzel, like eat like a soft pretzel. That's probably all I had that day. So I'm feeling pretty good. And then we had actually gone into your neighborhood.
Okay,
we're in your neighborhood.
You should have said what's up.
I don't know. Yeah, we were in your neighborhood, and I had a backpack because I used to be backpack guy.
You were backpack kid.
Dude, I had backpacks all the time. Kid? I had hella shit. I was flossing like a bitch. Yeah, and I thought it was a hella good idea. Like, you know how people would just like have like a bowl of candy outside, and you would take one.
Yeah.
I told Jay.
Oh, dude, I took the whole bowl. You faggot.
Took the whole bowl. Took the whole.
Fuck you.
So
you know what I did as a kid? I took one, like a good boy. You fucking piece of
I've
shit.
done it multiple times.
I bet you have.
We were actually I think that so we started at your neighborhood, and for some reason I was just so loose and unaware. Like, I thought that, like, nobody was around until Jay dumped all the fucking candy in my book bag. And I look around more, like, kind of taking everything in. And there was, like, kids everywhere, like, with their parents. Like, you know, your neighborhood, very popular.
Very popular Halloween spot.
Dude, there's fucking people everywhere. I spit everywhere.
That's fine.
People everywhere.
I'll look it up.
And and then we just dipped out. We, like, ran away. But
that's so funny. That was... We might have passed in that neighborhood. That was whenever I went trick or treating as a kid, I went to my grandma's neighborhood. That neighborhood, every time. Anyway, here's SpongeBob SquareNuts. I cannot believe you've never seen this.
Oh wow! How long is this?
15 minutes.
Jerkable. Oh wow! SpongeBob SquareNuts.
Look, she even perked up for it.
It's almost like pedophilia.
Look at her. You freak.
No way he's in like this paper mache.
Oh yeah,
SpongeBob
and his dick is out.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. It's
Leroy Myers, you're a genius.
Good morning, Bikini Bottom.
This don't even look like the inside of the pineapple.
Not accurate.
Not accurate.
Good morning, Fish Pay.
Oh my god.
Good morning.
Dude, he looks horrible.
He looks insane.
This is all I could think about when you said you were SpongeBob. Is you just look like this trick-or-treating.
Are you talking to me, punk?
Wow. Dude, it looks like he looks like he has like spores around his head, like from the fucking
Yeah, it looks like
The
he has
Last
like
of Us.
sores.
Yeah, dude.
Well, gee, there's no Patrick. There's no Mr. Crab.
Oh no.
There's no Squidward.
I can't believe this.
Or Gary.
How the fuck did Gary get away? He's your fucking
So I
snail.
guess I'll just have to play with myself.
Oh no. How does this escalate into sex?
Alone. What if I'm alone forever?
Look at his massive forearms,
Willow
too.
just left. She was like, I can't even do this anymore.
All right, I'm going to end the episode now, but we're going to continue to watch it. This is just too crazy.